My message, especially to young people, is to have courage to think differently, courage to invent, to travel the unexplored path, courage to discover the impossible and to conquer the problems and succeed. These are great qualities that they must work towards. This is my message to the young people. Teaching is a very noble profession that shapes the character, caliber, and future of an individual. If the people remember me as a good teacher, that will be the biggest honor for me. To succeed in your mission, you must have single-minded devotion to your goal. All wars signify the failure of conflict resolution mechanisms, and they need post-war rebuilding of faith, trust, and confidence. God is everywhere. One of the more difficult tasks for me as president was to decide on the issue of confirming capital punishment awarded by courts. To my surprise, almost all cases which were pending had a social and economic bias. English is necessary as at present original works of science are in English. I believe that in 2 decades' time original works of science will start coming out in our languages. Then we can move over like the Japanese. No sanction can stand against ignited minds. My view is that at a younger age your optimism is more, and you have more imagination, etc. You have less bias. I firmly believe that unless one has tasted the bitter pill of failure, one cannot aspire enough for success. We will be remembered only if we give to our younger generation a prosperous and safe India, resulting out of economic prosperity coupled with civilizational heritage. Poetry comes from the highest happiness or the deepest sorrow. The world has today 546 nuclear plants generating electricity. Their experience is being continuously researched, and feedback should be provided to all. Nuclear scientists have to interact with the people of the nation, and academic institutions continuously update nuclear power generation technology. Educationists should build the capacities of the spirit of inquiry, creativity, entrepreneurial and moral leadership among students and become their role model. No religion has mandated killing others as a requirement for its sustenance or promotion. The youth need to be enabled to become job generators from job seekers. Regarding marriage, it didn't happen. One fellow in such a big family not getting married is not an issue. Building capacity dissolves differences. It irons out inequalities. Real education enhances the dignity of a human being and increases his or her self-respect. If only the real sense of education could be realized by each individual and carried forward in every field of human activity, the world will be so much a better place to live in. Almost half of the population of the world lives in rural regions, and mostly in a state of poverty. Such inequalities in human development have been one of the primary reasons for unrest and, in some parts of the world, even violence. Unless India stands up to the world, no one will respect us. In this world, fear has no place, only strength respects strength. I was willing to accept what I couldn't change. Ultimately, education in its real sense is the pursuit of truth. It is an endless journey through knowledge and enlightenment. Creativity is the key to success in the future, and primary education is where teachers can bring creativity in children at that level. Life is a difficult game. You can win it only by retaining your birthright to be a person. Be more dedicated to making solid achievements than in running after swift but synthetic happiness. Widespread use of antibiotics promotes the spread of antibiotic resistance. Smart use of antibiotics is the key to controlling its spread. As a child of God, I am greater than anything that can happen to me. When we tackle obstacles, we find hidden reserves of courage and resilience we did not know we had. And it is only when we are faced with failure do we realize that these resources were always there. Within us, we only need to find them and move on with our lives. A teacher should have a creative mind. Do we not realize that self-respect comes with self-reliance? To become unique, the challenge is to fight the hardest battle which anyone can imagine, until you reach your destination. Great teachers emanate out of knowledge, passion, and compassion. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is harmony in the house. When there is harmony in the house, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. Writing is my love. If you love something, you find a lot of time. I write for 2 hours a day, usually starting at midnight. At times, I start at 11. In India, we only read about death, sickness, terrorism, crime. Let me define a leader. He must have vision and passion and not be afraid of any problem. Instead, he should know how to defeat it. Most importantly, he must work with integrity. It's when children are 15, 16, or 17 that they decide whether they want to be a doctor, an engineer, a politician, or go to the Mars or Moon. That is the time they start having a dream. And that's the time you can work on them. You can help them shape their dreams. You see, God helps only people who work hard. That principle is very clear. Climbing to the top demands strength, whether it is to the top of Mount Everest or to the top of your career. War is never a lasting solution for any problem. If for things are followed, having a great aim, acquiring knowledge, hard work, and perseverance, then anything can be achieved. If we are not free, no one will respect us. Great dreams of great dreamers are always transcended. God, our Creator, has stored within our minds and personalities great potential, strength, and ability. Prayer helps us tap and develop these powers. The purpose of education is to make good human beings. With skill and expertise, enlightened human beings can be created by teachers. Where do the evils like corruption arise from? It comes from the never-ending greed. The fight for corruption-free ethical society will have to be fought against this greed and replace it with what can I give spirit. The bird is powered by its own life and by its motivation. Excellence is a continuous process and not an accident. Where there is righteousness in the heart, there is beauty in the character. When there is beauty in the character, there is harmony in the home. When there is harmony in the home, there is order in the nation. When there is order in the nation, there is peace in the world. We should not give up, and we should not allow the problem to defeat us. Science is a beautiful gift to humanity. We should not distort it. Man needs his difficulties because they are necessary to enjoy success. If a country is to be corruption-free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are 3 key societal members who can make a difference. They are the father, the mother, and the teacher. Small aim is a crime. Have great aim. Let us sacrifice our today so that our children can have a better tomorrow. Never stop fighting until you arrive at your destined place. That is, the unique you. Have an aim in life, continuously acquire knowledge, work hard, and have perseverance to realize the great life. You have to dream before your dreams can come true. If you want to shine like a sun, first burn like a sun. Thank you for tuning in. Remember to give a thumbs up, share, and subscribe.